But, whoa! Okay, this is not the most practical fabric ever. I feel like, oh, it's already stuck everywhere. In today's upcycling tutorial, we're gonna rework jeans, loosely inspired by this designer jeans, with a second transparent layer and pleated effect. Sort of like a tulle, like a mesh. I think I bought this even when I was still in fashion school. In the meantime, it has served to keep the flies out. Time to do something with it. And found this jeans that I'm holding up because it doesn't have button, okay? So you can do this with any kind of transparent, semi-transparent fabric. I'm calling this one gala jeans. Why not? We all need a gala jeans. Prepare yourself for some proper seam ripping. Let's first get off that waistband. I love a no waistband situation. We did it before. But today it's gonna be slightly different. But if you are like, no waistband, no way, you may reattach the waistband at a later stage. But for the following steps, best to get it off for now anyway. To speed things up, I sliced my seam ripper in between from the inside. But be careful with a sharp seam ripper, this may damage the fabric. Alternatively, only slice the stitches. As always, the belt loops are sewn on in a way to withstand the apocalypse, which is great until you want to get them off. But rest assured, I have a hot tip. This Stanley knife or any little sharp knife to slice open the top stitching horizontally, which will make it a lot easier to then get your seam ripper in between and detach the belt loop completely. If you don't want to reuse the belt loops, which today we don't. You're just supposed to be able to... Please, be careful. I'm thinking to also remove the studs basically, or how do you call them, rivets. They are exactly at the seam, those up at the pocket. I'm just gonna take this sort of tool, well, I don't know how to call it, but it's a little bit sharp and you can cut your rivet off. With a little bit of patience and a little bit of luck, you can do this without extra damaging the fabric. Please, be careful. Yeah, come a long way in the past few hours. Gonna be a mosquito-proof pants. Try to sew this once. You can sew it, but it's not looking that cute. What I mean is that because my fabric has such an open structure, sewing two sides of this fabric together results in seams that are looking pretty messy. So we're gonna attempt a seamless strategy. Seamless. As in magically trying to hide and reduce the seams. I thought to just open the inner side seam all the way, get all the mesh sewn into the inner side seam. After opening the inner leg seams completely, from one leg to the other, I also opened the back seam. Now, on the front side, we're gonna get a little creative.
Everybody's so creative!
As in, how the hell are we gonna do this? Good question. That's one thing I didn't think about. I might have forgotten a little bit that a jeans has a crotch when I made this plan. But not a problem. I know exactly how that all is sewn together on the front. We're just gonna try to open the bare minimum, so that we don't have to get the whole crotch apart and we can just pop our mesh in between the seam without completely opening it. Main goal, covering with mesh and still be able to open the fly. So the seam below the fly, I only open the outer top stitch, which will allow me to fold the seam open without loosening it completely. I also loosen a tiny zigzag stitch right at the bottom of the fly. Then on the bottom part, I open where the zipper is sewn in. Don't be scared. Okay, I'm scared too, but we got no time for that today. Just opening basically all the way until the bottom. Guys, I don't know if this actually makes a whole lot of sense. I try to keep it simple, but I feel like we're already failing a little bit. This is my zipper phobia coming up again. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, but it looks like we have a pattern to continue with our mesh. I don't know if you see what I'm seeing, but I feel like I might actually just do one layer. I thought two layers might be sort of cool effect. Gonna add the pleating in it anyway, so then we don't really need two layers. What I'm gonna do is try to use the self edge of the fabric, which you can see here is looking really nice and tidy, as a hem. So we don't have to sew in an ugly hem or work it into the pants.
Seamlessness.
So actually my thought was to maybe have sort of no side seam on the outside, because I don't think we really really need it. So I'm just gonna cut the front and back leg as one piece, but from the crotch down, only along the leg. I'm gonna cut it a bit more straight down so we have some extra fabric to work with, as well as a lot of additional length at the hem. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Like basically all the way to the other side of the fabric. Does that mean you have to cut the fabric hanging from the table like an absolute fool? No, that's optional. Time to pleat like a princess, I guess. Play around and find out, basically. Pinning the fabric down all around in the seam allowance, as well as a first attempt of how we're gonna pleat the fabric. And you saw it coming, but we're taking some artistic freedom, because I don't really feel like those kind of two pleats only around the knees are really doing it for me.
More is more.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the most mosquito-proof of them all? Yeah. No. I mean, I pinned it really quickly, to be fair. I think we have to try a couple of things. Pin it down in different ways. So I ended up pinning it down like this. You should see, I didn't really need any of the extra width I cut on. In the inspo pic, you can see that the other layer is significantly wider. But since my fabric does not have any body at all, it's actually not really making any sense. It's just gonna drape along the leg anyway. But just to be sure, add 1 or 2 centimeters all around, so you have some extra space for the pleating. Does anyone ever clean their... Never mind. Then, when everything is pinned to perfection, I'm gonna stitch it down all around the seam allowances. I'm leaving the hem open, which is optional. And when we're doing that anyway, we might as well do that with a zigzag stitch, so that at the same time, our seam allowances are already finished and prevented from fraying. Wait a minute, so efficient. Me? Yes, I was very content with myself. I still have to learn my new camera, as it doesn't always seem to focus on the right thing. Where did I hear that before?
Flashback.
I don't know, guys.
End of flashback.
But I also work it in the seam allowance at the zipper, and I start sewing again in the crotch to fixate the mesh well into the seam that we half opened. This is just to make it easier to close it later. Thinking to maybe move one of the back pockets. What do we love more than fashionable fashion? That is, of course, functional fashionable fashion. Since we're gonna cover up the front pocket, because otherwise it won't work with our seamless design, moving the back pocket on top of the mesh is actually a quite simple move. Pretty practical. And I think it's gonna look cool as well. Anybody explain why these seam rippers come in a toddler size? It holograms my hands and it does not make any sense. Oh my god. 5-minute crafts. Are you watching? Elevator music now. It worked so well though. No more cramps in my huge hands. Back pocket off in the blink of an eye. Now I forgot to open the other side of the fly, so I'm sliding my seam ripper in there as well. Still, I realized I did not forget. I actually chose to not open it for a reason. This is not really gonna be a good strategy because we have to top stitch that again. So I closed that again. Did not happen. So on this side, instead of having the mesh worked into a seam, I'm just gonna wrap it around the fly and first top stitch over it as far as I can get down towards the bottom of the zipper. And at this point, I'm starting to feel rather good about these jeans, so I want to think ahead and get the details right. And this raw edge at the zipper is not only looking a little unprofessional, but I'm also scared my zipper is gonna get stuck to it and I'll rip things apart when I go for a simple pee. No. I'm gonna take this bias tape that I still had left from another project and to the best of my ability, sew it on the inside, whilst you may enjoy a wonderful view of my dead end. If anyone has a Sony camera and understands how these focus modes work, please let me know. But I'm stitching it down on the edge on either side with the tape at the bottom of the zipper folded in, so that all the edges look finished except the upper one at the waistband that we're gonna finish later. A little tricky to sew that close to the zipper, so move your needle if you need to, but it's looking actually really good. Now, just for fun, I'm gonna place the back pocket back with a tiny little shift so that it almost looks like there's a little shadow from the pocket. And because we only have one functional pocket, we better make it less. So in the upper corner, I'm gonna start sewing a little triangle, then edge stitch all the way to the other side and end in a little triangle again. And then repeat that for another top stitch, even closer to the side, and you can still see on the pocket where the stitches were, making it quite easy to sew. Then we can close the crotch seam again that we half opened by top stitching exactly over where it was previously closed, which is right on the edge. Then we can close the loose side of the zipper back, but first I add top stitching just to make sure that the mesh is really tight and smooth around the edges, preventing any problems with the zipper. That's gonna look better as well. To then sandwich it back in its original place in between the facing and the jeans, and closing it with a top stitch. Well guys, I think I'm ready to let the 7 plagues run over the world. Maybe I can add a little panel in the inner leg. Didn't really plan to, but of course there is a plot twist. Inner leg panels. It's a really simple way to make the jeans wider. I used the exact same technique in the painted jeans a few weeks ago, so you can check that video out as well. So I'm taking another jeans and cut 2 panels. The width I just guesstimate, but the length has to be fitting into the inner leg seam, plus a little seam allowance, which again, like a few weeks ago, it did not. Are you kidding me? I think I've mistaken one of those decorative seams for the crotch seam. To be completely transparent, like my fabric, I was getting really pissed off that everything was taking so long. So now suddenly I started to work like I had one of Elon Musk's rockets up my ass. High speed but reckless. I just cut super long pieces of mesh. I'm gonna cover the panels, but this time directly under the sewing machine I'm pleating. I haven't even been pinning anything. It's a little YOLO with a sprinkle of living on the edge, because I feel like we want the pleating to look a little random and messy anyway. And okay, I just wanted it to be done. When both panels are done, I'm gonna join them together at the crotch, which is one of the short sides, but I made a little narrower. After the normal stitch, I'm gonna top stitch just along the edge of the seam, catching the seam allowance underneath. And I did that 2 times, so you see 2 stitches over the seam allowance, about half of a seam allowance distance apart. Now we're gonna sew the entire joint panel in between the inner legs of the jeans. So I line up the seam I just made with the crotch seams of the jeans, and first pin one side all the way from one leg to the other, and then close it in the exact same way as the last seam. So with additional top stitching through the seam allowances, sometimes it makes a bit more sense to fold the seam allowance underneath to one side or the other. For example, my jeans has a lot of seams on one panel, so folding the seam allowance underneath in the opposite direction when I'm top stitching to make the seam look as good as possible. Impossible to reach. If anyone knows why my life is like this, feel free to comment below. Like what? Yes, my seam ripper hack is stuck. Now I need another hack. Find my seam ripper hack back.
Many months later.
Seam 2, same story, but a little different. After we close the legs, well, the legs are completely closed. The top stitching is a little harder. So I take off my drawer of my sewing machine so that I can start at the hem and top stitch towards the crotch seam by moving the leg of the jeans up my sewing machine. And do that on both legs. Let's sew back the back, pinning the 2 sides together and closing them similarly with a regular stitch first and then top stitching through the seam allowances 1 or 2 times. But if you don't want things to be itchy, you have to trim it well. Well, I mean the seam before you top stitch over it. At first I was thinking to use the waistband as a facing for the inside of the waist. However, practically this would lead to a very impractical situation around the fly and a lot of unsightly bulk that's hard to sew through. So instead I opted to fold in the seam allowance first and sew all around, top stitching the seam allowance down, mostly so that the next step will be easier. Now snip snip, trim it down nicely, because we want to cover it all up with bias tape. Was what I came up with. Folding the ends in at the beginning and the end, and then just covering up that whole ugly seam allowance on the inside, stitching along the 2 edges of the tape. Creative projects, creative solutions, but admittedly this is not gonna provide a whole lot of strength. So what I would do in hindsight is adding non-stretch fusible seam tape or anything that can provide some extra support. The last step when we were folding it down. Lastly, I'm gonna add a push button on the inside of the fly with some hand stitches right at the top of the zipper, so we have at least some kind of button. And I'm gonna fixate the mesh with some hand stitches as well in some strategic places to have the pleats fall nicely around the leg and not all fall completely down. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you liked it and like the video if you liked it. Leave a comment. Thank you for my Patreons. Next time I'm gonna make a bag with fabric scraps, so make sure to subscribe. It might need still some fine tuning with some last hand stitches somewhere. Generally it should be sort of finished, because now it's a little bit wide without a waistband. Maybe I have to sew it a little bit of elastic somewhere on the back. But I do like it though. I hope to see you in my next video. In the meantime, you can watch this.